Backchat TV. Subscribe.
He has also talked about it. That left hook is so good, and it's so long and so precise and so hard, but
What's going on, boxing fans? It's Backchat TV, back again with another reaction. This time we're talking about Adrian Broner's comeback against Bill Hutchinson. Yeah, I think that's how you say his name. Anyway, the lawyer. He's actually a lawyer by trade, but he's also a boxer from Australia, I think it is. Pretty much a journeyman, I would say. No offense. Oh, by the way, just before we kind of get into this discussion, I hope you guys can understand me. I've got some terrible sinus issues at the moment. It's kind of a hay fever season, and I'm totally bunged up. So, you know, I may not sound at my best, but I hope that you can still understand me. What did I think of the fight? It went all 10 rounds. Personally, I was just happy to see Broner back in the ring. Normally, I'm actually a detractor of Adrian Broner, because just like a lot of people, I'm one of those people who was very frustrated with Adrian Broner because of his talent. So much talent early on, achieved a lot of things early on in his life, probably peaked a little bit. The distractions were too much, took him right off course. You know, he couldn't make weight. He had all sorts of things going on outside of boxing, as we know already. Failed relationship, personal relationship, professional relationship with Floyd Mayweather. Tank Davies, his own little brother, as he calls him as well. A whole lot of things happened to Adrian Broner. Didn't have focus, didn't have discipline. You know what I mean? Everyone knows that. And I said this before about him, but in this video, I actually want to take back some of the things I said about him. I don't really want to judge anybody anymore, because sometimes we're on the outside. It's easy for us to look and say, oh, this person could have made it, they've wasted their talent and all these things. But when he started in his early 20s, what were we doing? You know, it's very difficult to stay focused throughout all the things that happen to you in life. And we just have to commend him for trying to get back into boxing. He was off for, I think it was two and a half years, I believe. It actually takes a lot of focus and discipline and motivation, self-motivation, to get back into training and to get back in the ring. Sort out all these promotional issues and get back in the ring. So I commend him for it. Now, I know there's going to be some people that's going to say, oh, it's because of money. He ran out of money, realized he had to come back. It doesn't matter why you have to come back. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. As long as you find some motivation from somewhere to get back to winning ways, that is the only thing that matters. If you come back just for the money, fair enough. But I think there's something in him that realized that he messed up, you know? He was immature, like a lot of us are at his age. He was probably, I think, more immature than some other people at that age as well. And he experienced a whole load of things in life. Drinking, going out too much, became an alcoholic. Adrian Broner's done it all, and he still found his way back in the ring, and he still won. I commend him for it, like I said. Now let's just get on to the actual performance and what I think of Adrian Broner going forward. So, like I said, I'm happy that he's back in the ring. I think it was a warm-up fight. We all knew it was a warm-up fight. It was a tough opponent. I think that he was a perfect opponent to come back against, because you need someone who's not going to just, you know, the minute they get hit, they go on the back foot, they take a knee or nothing. You want someone who's come there to win. This guy thought he could win. He came forward, he was throwing shots, he was doing his best, and that's what Adrian Broner needed. Adrian Broner had no idea where he was at. You could see, even in his body language, although he was confident that he was going to win, he didn't know where he was at yet. Been off for 2.5 years, like I said before. Out of the ring completely. No training, no sparring. You know, it's very daunting when you're out of an extremely competitive sport where you have to be at in tip-top shape all the time at your best just to have a chance, you know, and it's very difficult. So like I said, I commend him for getting back in the ring, and I think his performance was really good, you know, under the circumstances. I think his performance was really good. It went the full 10 rounds. I think he paced himself well. There were a few times when he caught him with a body shot. He caught Bill Hutchinson with a body shot, and you know, he went in for the kill, but when he didn't quite get it, he didn't keep pushing and trying to get him out of there with just like brute force. He kind of reset and started again, trying to break him down again. I like that. You know, he just was trying to improve on his. He was trying to pace himself on his stamina, but he was also trying to break him down. And he was trying to improve his accuracy and his timing, you know, and just shake off the ring rust, the cobwebs, whatever you want to call it. So I feel like it was a measured performance, and that's what I kind of want to see from him. I didn't want to see him come in there, you know, and just throw the kitchen sink at him and just try to get him out with hard shots from the first round to whenever, you know. I didn't really want to see that, because, okay, let's say he flattened this guy in the second round. What would that tell us? People would say, that guy was a journeyman, he was nobody anyway. We still don't know how good he is. It's better that he showed the fact that he was kind of warming up and he was able to do different things in there. He didn't get tired. You know, he showed that he still had some stamina. He showed that he'd been training. He had good feet. He showed that he still had speed. He showed that he still had power. He showed that he had good variation of shots. He showed that he still had good reflexes. He evaded a few of the shots that Hutchinson threw at him, which shows his reflexes. He also got caught by a few shots that Hutchinson threw at him, and he didn't go anywhere, so it shows he's still got resilience, still got a chin, still a tough guy, you know what I mean? So he proved, I think he ticked some of the boxes. For me, I was happy with his performance. Like I said, what does it really tell us? It tells us that he's got a chance. He said he wants to turn his life around. He said he's got big goals and dreams to become a unified champion. So I believe that if he's going to do it, this is 100% his last chance, his only chance. If he, after this Hutchinson win that went 10 rounds, unanimous decision, he should go straight back into training and just train hard, dedicate his life to the sport, cut off all negative things, don't drink anymore, no alcohol. He needs to turn his life around completely to have a chance against the likes of Regis Prograis, Teofimo, Josh Taylor, Cattrall, Ramirez. There's so many fighters that are at the top of their game that dedicate themselves. Even Haney coming up, probably more dedicated than all of those fighters that I mentioned, you know? It's more than an uphill struggle for Broner to achieve this goal that he set out for himself to become undisputed. Personally, I don't think he can do it. Just because I think it's really difficult what he's trying to achieve. He's come at a time where the 140-pound division is stacked, just like, you know, it's a super lightweight division, and it's definitely stacked just like the lightweight division. A lot of lightweights like Teofimo and Haney now moving up. Shakur will move up at some point. They're all quite big guys, really. It's only going to get tougher for Broner. If he's going to do it, it has to be now. If he waits any longer, when those other guys come up to 140, he's just got a mountain to climb. That's my personal view. I don't think he can do it, not because I'm being negative, just because I'm being realistic, but I think he's got a chance, because I didn't think that he could get back to the ring, and he got back to the ring after 2.5 years. So he's got a chance. He's in the right place. He's where he needs to be. He's got his new promoter. I like the fact that he's got a little bit of, he's got some responsibility. Like, he's already tasted money. He's already seen what money can get him. He's already seen what time in jail is like. He's already seen all these things now. So some people have to go through the worst struggles before they start valuing what they actually have, and which is his skills in the ring. Now he realizes that those skills are worth all those other things, but at the time you just take it for granted. And some people are like that. Some people are their best when they learn their lesson and they come back focused. It's very rare that you get someone who's just focused from the beginning, and they've always been dedicated and focused and flawless. The only person I can think of is TB himself, Floyd Mayweather. From the age of like 16, when he started boxing, well, he started before that, but when his dad went in jail, he was living with this trainer. The trainer said he'd never ever worked with anyone like Floyd Mayweather before. As a child, he was more dedicated than anybody else that he had in the boxing gym. He never had to motivate him. He never had to get him out of bad habits. He wanted nice things. He was willing to train, and he's been like that all the way through his career. Dedicated, just flawless, just like his record. Dedicated all the way through. Even when he encountered problems and issues, he was just always focused and dedicated. He tried to teach Broner to be like this, and it didn't quite work. He tried to teach Tank to be like this, and Tank almost still, it was a struggle with Tank because of some things that were going on in his life outside. But Tank, I think, has realised how influential and how important he can be in boxing. And I feel like he's becoming very, very dedicated now. And this is something that Broner didn't do. I also think that seeing Tank do so well, Broner is now forced to do well, because he would feel like an absolute loser if he quit boxing and got out of shape, only to watch someone who he actually brought into boxing, Gervonta Davis, surpass him. And I think that's actually one of the biggest motivations for Broner getting back into boxing. He doesn't want to look like a failure in the eyes of his peers. So whatever it takes to motivate, to get back into boxing, that is what it takes. That's a good thing. So I'm happy to see him back. Like I said, I thought his performance was good. I give him a chance. Another reason why I give him a chance against some of the top guys is because he has fought at 147 pounds before. Even though he didn't do that well, he never got knocked out. He never got knocked down even, apart from once against Madonna. But apart from that, he's always looked pretty solid against these guys. Even Manny Pacquiao, even though he lost every round, he was pretty solid. He didn't ever look shaken. I haven't ever seen him really look shaken. Like I said, he's never been on the ropes, knocked down, apart from the heavy-handed Madonna. And even in that fight, he started to come back, and he was really trying to press the action. You know, he's a very determined guy, and if he can kind of find that determination that he had when he was a lot younger, earlier on in his career, then he's got a chance. The obstacles are the things that he's been through, the fact that he doesn't have a good relationship with Floyd Mayweather anymore, because Floyd Mayweather was his main inspiration. Floyd Mayweather was the person who inspired him to do boxing early on, and they became friends, and that was a relationship. That was actually where Adrian Broner was getting his dedication from, and look how well he was doing. It's when he started to have this issue with Floyd Mayweather that he started to go off the rails, because he's a person who needs that father figure, that type of person who is guiding him in the right direction, or he loses focus, which is what I think happened to him. And maybe it's a good thing, because in life you have to be self-motivated. You can't be motivated by somebody else, purely by somebody else. You just can't do that. You have to be self-motivated. So I think Broner hopefully is in a good place. I want to see how this win over Hutchinson motivates him to do better. And if it can, then I think he's got every chance in the world. Let me know what you think. What did you think of the performance? I gave him a 7 out of 10. I would understand a 6 out of 10. But yeah, I'd give him about a 6 or 7 out of 10. But I give him a 10 out of 10 for effort. He was throwing his hands, things that they said, he doesn't throw his hands, so he corrected that. And I saw a lot of maturity in his attitude. He didn't do too much trash talking, like saying all these ridiculous things like he used to do. He was a lot more humble, and I like that version of Broner. So let's see if he can keep this up. And like I said before, I like the way he was pacing himself in the fight. I like the way he was going to the body. I like the way he was trying to land accurate shots. He was kind of trying to land accurate shots. He wasn't just throwing wild shots, trying to get him out of there. He wasn't just trying to overwhelm his opponent or using a lot of power and stuff. He was trying to use time and trying to get his timing, trying to get his distance right, and he was working the body with some good shots. I liked his variety of shots. Sometimes he'd bring a left hook, sometimes he'd bring the right hook to the body. Yeah, he showed that he still has the hand speed. He shows that he still had good foot speed as well. I like that. He didn't get too tired, so he showed that he had stamina. And I was pleased with his performance all around. Bill Hutchinson didn't really have anything to worry Broner with, but he just did enough to make it competitive, to push Broner enough to basically be motivated that he can hang with the guys at 140. And I think that performance gave him that motivation. So let me know what you think in the comments. I'm on to the next one. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a thumbs up, leave a like, leave a comment. I love getting back to the comments in the comment section, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.